If you're trying to land your first AI consulting client and you don't have any case studies yet, you're not actually stuck. You're just solving the wrong problem. Because here's the thing, clients don't really care about case studies, and I'm going to prove that to you in the next few minutes. I'm also going to share one approach that completely eliminates the need for proof altogether. And when I figured this out, it changed everything about how I close deals. If you want to land your first or next AI client, you can take part in the 4-week challenge inside of my free school community of like-minded people, where you'll find a free course that's honestly better than most paid courses out there, and you'll get direct one-on-one access to me for whatever questions you may have. The link is down below. All right, so now let me challenge something that you've probably been told 100 times. You need case studies to get clients. That's what everyone says, right? You need proof. You need testimonials. You need that portfolio built up before anyone will take you seriously. But that's actually backwards. Case studies are just one way to create certainty, and certainty is what clients actually want. They want to feel confident that you can solve their problem. That's it. When you understand that, everything shifts. Because suddenly you realize that there are multiple paths to creating that confidence, and most of them don't require a single paying client on your resume. Think about it this way. If someone shows you that they can automate 20 hours of your admin work starting next week, you're not sitting there asking for 3 references and a PDF. You're not saying, well, let me see your case studies first. You're asking how fast they can start. The proof isn't the point. The confidence is the point. And there are multiple ways to create that confidence, even if you've never had a single paying client. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 ways to build that credibility and close clients without traditional case studies. These aren't theoretical. These are strategies I actually used when I was starting out. Some of them I still use today, and one of them, like I mentioned, removes the need for proof entirely. And we'll get to that last one because honestly, it might be the most powerful thing that I share in this entire video. If you're multitasking right now, come back to me for this part, because this is the stuff that I wish someone had told me when I was still working at my 9-to-5, trying to figure out how to make this consulting thing actually work. All right, now let's dive in. Okay, so I'm going to frame these as a system, not just a random list, because when you understand why each one works, you can stack them together and become undeniable to prospects. You can mix and match based on your situation, and you'll stop feeling like you need permission to start selling. Method number 1, live proof. Build something real. The most powerful way to prove that you can actually do something is to do it. Not for a client, just do it. Build a working automation. Record your screen. Show it functioning. Walk through what it does and why it matters. Explain the problem that it solves. Show the inputs. Show the outputs. Show the whole thing working from end to end. And I know what you're thinking, but Lindsay, who's going to care about something that I built for nobody? That's not a real case study. That doesn't count. Let me tell you exactly who cares. When I was getting started, I built an SMS agent to demo at a conference. I was doing a presentation on AI automation, and I needed something tangible to show. So I built this SMS agent that could do appointment booking, follow-ups, the whole shebang. Nobody paid me to build it. I wasn't doing it for a client. I just needed something to show during my presentation. But because I built it myself, because I had wrestled with every edge case and figured out every integration, I knew that system inside and out. I could talk about it with complete confidence. I could answer any question about how it worked, why I made certain decisions while building it, what the limitations were. A few weeks after that presentation, I was browsing Upwork, and I saw a gig looking for that exact system. Same use case, same functionality. Someone needed an SMS agent for their business. So I sent a Loom video, and I said with complete confidence, I've literally built this exact thing before. Let me show you. And then I walked them through the demo. I showed them exactly what they'd be getting. I answered their questions before they even had a chance to ask them. I didn't have a case study. I didn't have a testimonial. I didn't have a client reference they could call. I had a screen recording and conviction in my voice. That project was $4,000. $4,000 for something that I had built for a presentation at a conference, from something that wasn't even a real client project. A 5-minute demo showing them something that is actually working is way more powerful than 10 polished PDFs, because it's undeniable. You can see it with their own eyes. You can't argue with a working system. So stop waiting for someone to pay you before you build something. Build it first, record it, there's your proof. Method number 2 is use yourself as a case study. Your business is your first client, and you probably don't even realize it. You're already building systems for yourself, right? Automations, workflows, little tools that save you time, things that make your life easier. Document them, show the before and after. Talk about the time that it used to take you versus what it takes you now, and quantify it if you can. This used to take me 2 hours, and now it takes 10 minutes. That's a case study. When I was still at my 9-to-5, working for an installation company making $50,000 a year, I built an AI voice agent for that business. Nobody asked me to do it. I wasn't getting paid extra to do it. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to figure out how these AI voice agents worked in a real business environment. So I built it and I tested it. And I dealt with all the weird little edge cases that come up whenever you're building something for a real production environment with real customers. And you know what? That became proof. When I started reaching out to prospects about voice agents, I could say, I've actually built one of these before. Not for a client, not technically, but for a real business, in a real environment, with real constraints and real stakes. That matters. That's credibility. That's something you can talk about with confidence because you've lived it. Stop thinking of your own projects as just practice and start treating them as proof of what you can do, because they are. Method number 3, hypothetical teardowns. Okay, and this one's kind of underrated. And honestly, it's kind of fun once you get the hang of it. Pick a well-known company in your target niche. Could be a local business that everyone knows. Could be a national brand. Could be a competitor of your ideal client. And then break down publicly what you would automate for them. Here's their current process. Here's where the bottleneck is. Here's the inefficiency that's costing them time and money. Here's exactly what I would build to fix it. Here's the estimated impact, hours saved, revenue generated, costs reduced. I call this free consulting in public. You're not pitching them. You're not asking for anything. You're not trying to land them as a client. You're just demonstrating how you think. You're showing your diagnostic process. You're showing that you understand business problems and can connect them to technical solutions. And when prospects see that breakdown, they start imagining you doing the same thing for their business. They start thinking, wow, I wonder what she would find if she looked at my operations. You've borrowed credibility from a known entity without actually ever having worked with them. You've positioned yourself as someone who thinks strategically, not just somebody who knows how to click buttons and N8N. Post it on LinkedIn. Make a YouTube video about it. Put it in your portfolio. Send it to prospects who are in similar industries. One thoughtful teardown can position you as an expert far faster than months of generic posting, because it shows depth. It shows that you actually understand the problems that you're claiming to solve. Method number 4, borrowed credibility. Here's something that most people completely overlook. You already have proof, you're just not framing it correctly. Think about this. What have you done in your career so far? Maybe you worked in operations. Maybe you managed projects. Maybe you led a team. Maybe you have certifications in relevant areas. Maybe you've got LinkedIn recommendations from your former bosses or coworkers talking about your work ethic, your problem-solving skills, and your ability to deliver. All of that counts. When I transitioned into AI consulting, I didn't pretend like my past didn't exist. I didn't act like I was starting from zero. I leaned into my background. I spent almost 7 years at BlackRock, so I managed complex projects. I understood business operations at a high level. I know how big organizations think about risk and efficiency and implementation. That background gave me instant credibility. Even before I had AI-specific case studies, when I talked to prospects, I wasn't just some random person who learned N8N last month. I was someone with real business experience who also happened to understand automation. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from everything that you've already done, every job you've had, every project you've completed, every skill you've developed. Reframe it. Connect it to the problems that you're solving now. Show your prospects how your background makes you uniquely qualified to help them. Don't let imposter syndrome erase your entire professional history. That experience is leverage, so use it. Method number 5 is risk reversal, and this one is the mic drop. All right, so this is the one that I mentioned at the beginning. And honestly, this might be the most important thing I say in this entire video. You can skip proof entirely by removing risk. Let me say that again because I really want this to land. When there's no risk for the client, proof becomes almost irrelevant. Here's what this looks like in practice. Don't pay me unless it works. Let me build it first, and you can pay when you see results. Free trial for 2 weeks, no commitment. If you don't love it, you owe me nothing. Pay per result, not per hour. Think about it from their perspective. If they're not risking anything, what do they need proof for? The downside is gone. The worst case scenario is they spent a few hours of their time talking to you and looking at something that didn't work out. This is how I closed clients before I had testimonials. I said, look, I'm confident that this will work, but I understand that you don't know me yet. So here's what I'll do. I'll build it, you use it for 2 weeks. If it doesn't deliver what I'm promising, you don't pay. Simple as that. That's not desperation, that's confidence. It signals that you believe in what you're offering, and that confidence transfers to the prospect. When you remove risk, you remove objections, and suddenly the case study question just magically disappears. They stop asking because they don't need to ask. The stakes are low enough that they're just willing to try it. Now here's where all of this compounds. Everything I just talked about, it feeds into something bigger. Content is proof. When you create content, teardowns, tutorials, breakdowns, opinions, demonstrations, you're showing people how you think. You're letting them see your expertise in action. And when prospects see how you think, they don't need convincing. One deep, thoughtful video can close more clients than 50 shallow LinkedIn posts, because depth signals expertise. It signals confidence. It shows that you actually know what you're talking about and not just repeating stuff that you saw on Twitter. This is why those hypothetical teardowns matter so much. They're not just portfolio pieces. They're positioning. They're proof that you understand problems at a strategic level. When somebody watches you break down a business and identify exactly where AI could save them 20 hours a week, they don't need a case study. They need your calendar link. All right, so let me make this super practical, because I don't want you to just watch this video and feel good. I want you to go do something with it. Here's the simplest path to your first client. Step 1, start with your warm network. Friends, family, former colleague, people who already trust you, people who've seen you do good work in other contexts. Reach out and say, hey, I'm building AI automation solutions for businesses. I'm specifically helping with specific problem. Do you know of anyone that might need help with that? Or is that something your company is dealing with? You'd be surprised at how many opportunities are sitting in your existing network. People who would be happy to give you a shot or introduce you to someone who would. Step 2, offer a low-risk deal. Use what I just taught you. Free trial, pay for results, discounted pilot project, whatever makes it easy for them to say yes. Whatever removes the friction in that first conversation. Remember, you're not being desperate, you're being smart. You're trading a lower price point for proof and experience that will pay dividends later. Step 3, turn that project into a case study. Document the process, capture the results, get a testimonial, and now you have real proof for the next client, and the next one becomes easier, and the one after that becomes even easier. You don't need 10 clients to get started, you just need one, done right. One project with a real result is enough to build real momentum. One happy client who will vouch for you. One case study you can point to with complete confidence. I remember when I was in that stage, staring at my bank account, wondering if this consulting thing was actually going to work, and wondering if I was wasting my time, wondering if I should just go back to applying for jobs. That first win changed everything. Not because of the money, although the money helped, but because of the belief that it created. Because suddenly I had proof that this was all possible, that people would actually pay me for this. So you just need one. Okay, so let me bring us back to where we started. If you've been stuck thinking I need to get case studies before I can get clients, flip it. You don't need proof to get clients, you need clients to create proof. And now you know exactly how to do that without waiting for permission. Build something real. Use yourself as the case study. Do public teardowns. Leverage your existing experience. And when all else fails, remove the risk entirely. Pick one of these, just one, and go execute on it this week. Don't overthink it. Don't wait until it's perfect. Just start. And if you want to land your first or next AI client, you can take part in the 4-week challenge inside of my free school community of like-minded people. Or you'll find a free course that's honestly better than most paid courses out there, and you'll get direct one-on-one access to me for whatever questions you may have. The link is down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.